Hello. Welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Justice for all. I had banana pudding for the first time earlier, and it's pretty good. But I'm so fucking full from brunch today that I couldn't fully enjoy the banana pudding, but I will later tonight when I eat it again. We last left off, we're in trial. Oh. Shit. Okay. So we last left off, we had started a new episode. It's, with the magician and the Maximilian Pegasus and the clown and the tiger and the blonde girl. So a lot of stuff happened. Oh, Ben and I guess was there, and his puppet. I want you to touch me. I want you to something me. I want you to... You know the rest. I didn't even know the beginning part, so... whatever. Right, okay. Oh, fuck, we're starting with him. I actually don't know if I remember their voices at all. So, bear with me, as always. I think the sun is also glaring. If not now, then it will in a few minutes, probably. Good morning, Max. Max? What was his voice? Fabulous. Oh, just simply fabulous, or something like that. Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little? No. You haven't even had a chance to prep the room to let you fly. It's not like you fly actually for real. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really? No one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Nick, no! You fucking idiot. Another case of one! What? Your Honor, get on with it. Why did I go so fast? Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. Oh. So... Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactico? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactico. I wanted to just call him Billy. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that's to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? Ah! What are you talking about? It would be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like he'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry up and Now let's hurry up and wrap up this waste of time. Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Deep Gumshoe, get up here. Now! Hey, pal. How's it going? Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Does this not count as working? Does he not get paid for being in court? Hey, pal. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. I wish it was cold out here, too. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up at around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Details. Alright, let's just press everything. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until that time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground till the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. Hey, what's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Huh? There was an issue with the snow? But it shows snow there, so that can't be a contradiction. Sorry, I'm taking this opportunity to just go through what we have. I don't see anything incorrect about that. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist. And of course, the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, and I almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. Can't file a police report against a monkey. Or can you? After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. Oh, I didn't have to voice that. I'd like you to be more specific about the event at 10:15 p.m. Okay. Not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box dead as a doornail. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Oh, it looks very wooden in this picture. But in the crime scene photo, it didn't look wooden at all. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. About the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to their station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in a big box? The box itself was like 20 pounds then? Jesus. There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Okay. Cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in his neck. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ho ho ho. Well, I think we got a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we are wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call him my next witness. Hey, I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. Oh, I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Oh, just give him a little pat on the head, buddy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. There he is, beating the shit out of his owner. Please state your name and occupation for the record. What was his voice? What? What was his voice? Hey, my name is Ventriloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. That may or may not have been his voice, but it doesn't matter. Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That rope must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. What do you think? I don't think that was the right tone to sing and whatever. It had a good rhythm. I butchered severely. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge. What was his voice? I don't remember the voice at all. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is. You don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony in my court. Ow! You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. It makes sense. Ben is too shy to talk on his own, so he needs to talk through his puppet. and by doing that, he is emitting a different personality from the man himself in order to sound more confident in his words. Why he beats himself up, I don't know. I guess that's a self-hate type of thing. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. Clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Oh, we can't see the face of the Petrillo. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? And then the police showed up, took that magic boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt, he had on a silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown? That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. What's that? Here's absolute proof. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belonged to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing a signature hat during practice. If the clown was with the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Not the word prosecutorial. I still can't say it right. Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Thunker? So I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Shut up. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little more effort into preparing your questions. Shut up, Maya. He's the only one heading that way. Got the fucked up together. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense. That makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something I missed in this? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max were together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt that this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move on along with the testimony. Surely wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Hmm? 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 What am I supposed to do here? Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around. Hey, what time was it? I think it was around. I'd say after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is. Well, you shut up, you big-nosed dope. Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you just believe that we'd stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right? We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Roy, what do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Beep, 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 boop, beep. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Ah! You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Eh? All right. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah! That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than the scene. Ah! There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Wait! Don't volunteer things. He was being so nice. Mr. Quest, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. And nothing but the truth will help me fucking God. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance of the logic house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Oh my goodness, alright. No time for jokes or witty comments, apparently. Witty comments. None of that, apparently. Don't be surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. You were going to propose? You, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. God. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Never mind the fact that he's, I think, married because he mentioned a wife before. Come on, man. Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your charge examination. What was with that sigh at the end? I don't know. Don't be so surprised. I was gonna propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose the gift. Of course, it was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to get it in my pocket. Can I just present the thing to her? I mean, to them? No, fuck. Whoops, oops, oops. Fuck. Fine. I'll press the fucking idiot. Ow. Yeah. So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am! I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. Oh, so mean. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit. Give him heck. The judge has that dazed, confused look again. Maybe you should get out more. What? I guess I'll just press everything. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? Trillo and Nick's voice is a bit similar. It's too similar. I wasn't gonna propose we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. Whatever, I don't fucking know. What was it exactly that you planned on giving to her? You know exactly what I was gonna give to her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that would match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement? Ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix's right joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. What do you want me to... What? I'm gonna push on. I'll let Nick handle the pain. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human. Ah! I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise our testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving another engagement to Regina. Can I just... Let me press just to be sure. An engagement ring? Uh-huh, it's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is gonna love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I catch him on. Why did she say that? What about, can I just present it now? No? God damn it, fine. God. Oh boy, is this where I die? Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course! What a stupid question! You've gotta be kidding me! You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry. Really? You don't have to apologize for that! He's the one who should be apologizing! Really? So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right! I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in my way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. You good boy. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. Ha 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 ha. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to get it returned. Okay, sorry. So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am! I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily. Okay. I'll just fucking present it at the last sentence again. Now is the time to present the thing. Okay, sorry. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Oh dear. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Ah! What's going on here? That's not Ben. Say something. Yeah, don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quest, I would prefer if you avoid slandering innocent fiats in my court. Fiats? Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Hold on. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time. You know, that night. The night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Meg showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess might be able to say that the ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Okay. Oh. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trillo Quest. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben doesn't exercise enough. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness has stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm already tired, and I've only been at this for like less than an hour. I've only been at it for like 30 minutes, 30-ish minutes. Why am I so tired? I feel like all I've been doing is just voicing. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with whatever. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dogface in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Ha! I've told you so many times, you think you know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. Where there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah! I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran out less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were short? Wait. Well, what's he? I'd say about, I suppose, 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. I'll give you the So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning, good afternoon, and during the day, right? And it's more obvious that I say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Quest, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist outside of the courtroom. Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Ben's half of the comedy act. Trillo's evening greeting. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother even being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it show you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I could give it a shot. I'm out of breath. Don't worry, this will resume his testimony. What am I supposed to do here, I wonder? Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Don't say it again. Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silkhart! Cloak! White roses! Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have proof that makes something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that will prove useful. All right, time to go to work. Bye, it's time to go. I feel like there is something I can present. I just don't know where I would present it, and if I even do present it. You're absolutely 100% sure that you of what you just said? I told you already. Jeez, I'm 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? Oh. Can I just, like, present this to him? Oh, apparently that's what it was. Okay. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting conked over to the head. Ah! That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? 76% juice? That's a lot of juice, I guess.
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ah!
Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet that lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Ah! What does being lewd have to do with anything? Are you saying that the witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? You didn't tell a single lie. Honestly,
That's enough from you, Mr. Quest. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
He saw a different person, I guess? I haven't saved it a bit. Let me save. Okay. Save. Oops. Different person. It's my belief that the witness did see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Okay, I don't know if this is something that was ever noticeable in the original game, but in HD, this person that's walking towards us has like thick lips. Who has thick lips in the game? I guess Max has lipstick, but we're just right now saying that that isn't Max. Or good evening, as you put it. What in the world? You!
What does the defense kindly explain who it was that Trillo saw that evening then?
The only person he would say good evening to! Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet.
It must be Regina! It's Regina, right? She's so cute!
No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? Are you telling me that Russell Berry has thick lips? I guess we did see his mustache in the dressing room, didn't we? You're correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Go. Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Well, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was old man. But, once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness had clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Stop questioning that part. I don't want to say it anymore. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Woo! Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and the white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness had endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What?
Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
Then Then shut up! If that's the case, then it's impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your own effort, but...
Bart?
Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Whoa, boy, okay.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess.
And by 10-minute recess, I mean like a fucking day and a half of a break.
During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
Your girl can only handle this one short 40-ish minute session. I am tired for some reason. I don't know why. Actually, maybe it's because I spent most of my day today hanging out with my cousin, and we were talking a lot, so that probably didn't help. I wasn't making voices or anything, but we were talking a lot, so I'm more tired than I thought it was. So I'm gonna call it here. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is probably gonna be one whole episode, probably. So that's it. Thanks. Thank you for watching. Assuming that you're watching, I don't fucking know how are you gonna hear this part otherwise. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you will tune in to the next episode when it comes out, presumably the day after. I don't know. Okay. Goodbye. Wait, I should go the other way. It can't go any further.